Come and find a comfortable seated position on your mat. Close the eyes or soften the gaze. And right away, just bring awareness to the natural breath. So notice the breath. Follow it as it glides in. Follow it as it empties out. And take this moment just to observe the natural qualities of the breath. How does it feel today? And how does it sound? So building a relationship with our breath is so important because it is our gateway into the flow state. So all together, take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. Breathe in. Open the mouth, let it go. One more time. Take a big breath in, biggest breath yet. Open the mouth and let it out with a sigh. Now close the mouth. Just focus on lengthening your inhales and elongating the exhales. And now once you've started to find a smooth and steady breath, let's maintain this conscious breathing awareness, keeping the eyes closed, and let's just start to circle the body. So circling the body in one direction. Just focusing on what would feel good today in this movement. It can be fast or slow, big or small. And then let's circle it in the other direction. So moving in a way that feels good for you. You'll hear that a lot today. So sitting still in meditation can be very challenging, but that's why I love yoga. It is a moving meditation and a really great way just to bring awareness to each breath and each movement to help enter the flow state and become present. So let's do one more circle. And then we'll pause, coming back to center, shoulders over the hips, inhale. On the exhale, start to flutter the eyes open, coming back into the space. Breathe in. And exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, roll the chin along the chest, take it towards the left. And then exhale, roll it back, take it to the right. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. And continue this at your own pace. So flowing with the breath. And these circles can be a little bit smaller than half circles, a little bit bigger, whatever feels good for you. And on the next exhale, pause here, right ear to right shoulder. Really allow that left shoulder to drop to the floor, maybe gazing down towards the right shoulder or gazing up towards the sky, finding a nice stretch through the neck. On the next inhale, come back up and exhale over to the other side, left ear, left shoulder. Really allow gravity to drop that right shoulder down. Then you can point the nose down towards the shoulder or up towards the sky. Wherever you feel a nice sensation, can you pause there? Inhale, come back up to center, and exhale, let both the shoulders be heavy. Now extend your arms to the side, fingertips to the floor, tent your hands. Inhale, sweep the left arm up, and exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, side bend to the right. We'll do this 2 more times. So inhale, we flow up. Exhale, we flow down. And once more, inhale, keep reaching nice and tall. And pause on the exhale. So this is a lateral bend, reaching up and over, find length. And then maybe you can gaze towards the sky, rolling the shoulder back, stay for the breath. Inhale, rise back up, and exhale, lower the left hand to the floor. On the other side, press down through your seat. Inhale, reach the right arm up, and exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale, we flow back up. Exhale, we lower. Linking breath with movement. You can imagine that you're blowing in the wind, so there's no need to be so rigid. And then we'll pause on the exhale, reaching up and over with the fingers, nice and grounded in the right hip. And then maybe even still find this buoyancy of the body, a buoyancy of your breath. And on the next inhale, pull yourself back up and exhale to lower the hands. Now flip the palms towards the sky, pinkies forward, thumbs back. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up, palms to touch. And exhale, hands towards the heart. Inhale, lengthen, reach the arms up, long through the arms and the side body. And exhale, hands back towards the heart. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms, grounded in your seat, pause here. And exhale, hands towards the heart to prayer position. Interlace the fingers, open up the palms, press them towards the floor, finding a stretch in your fingers. Breathe in and breathe out. Press the palms forward, straighten the arms. So let's keep our core engaged, tall spine. Inhale, lift the palms to the sky, straightening the arms. And exhale, lower the hands back to the floor, arms are parallel. Again, inhale, lift the arms up, nice controlled movement. Ears between the biceps, and exhale, we lower again. One more time, inhale, nice and tall. Core is engaged to support the spine. And exhale, arms parallel to the floor, pause here. So press the arms forward, find that doming or rounding in the upper back. Take an inhale. And exhale, bring the hands behind the head, take the elbows wide. Inhale to lift the gaze, shine the heart, arch the back. And exhale, drop the gaze, chin to chest, round the spine. Inhale to look up, taking a cow pose. And exhale, we look back down, finding your cat. So continue here with this seated cat-cow, exploring flexion and extension of the spine at your own pace. So our breath always initiates movement. Inhales will lengthen, expand, and open, and exhales will deepen, soften, fold, and bend. Let's do one more cycle and pause on the exhale. So chin to chest, elbows down. Maybe gently rock the head from left to right. That might feel nice in the upper back and the neck. And then find stillness, press down through your seat. Inhale, roll yourself back up. Take the elbows wide, keep the hands where they are. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, twist towards the left. Inhale, we come back, exhale right. Inhale to center, and exhale left. So you guessed it, just keep flowing with your breath from left to right. And notice without using our arms, we do have to use our core a little bit more to generate this twist. And it might be a tiny movement, that's okay. And the next time you're on your right side, can you pause there? So holding this twist, let's deepen it. Bring the left hand to the knee, maybe the right hand behind the back. Now we're using our arms so that we can deepen into this twist. We're grounded in our sit bones, twisting from our lower back, our core, moving your way up to the mid-back, the rib cage, and the shoulders. Take another inhale. And exhale, we release the twist, come back to center. Bring the hands back behind the head. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist towards the left. Pause here for a moment, bringing awareness to the core. And then release the right hand to the knee, the left hand behind the back. Roll the shoulder down and back. And just notice how key our core is to move the spine, but also to support and stabilize it. So it is really important to properly warm up the spine in all 7 directions before finding a flow. So take another inhale, and exhale, we release, come back to center. Extend the arms back out to the side, but walk them back one step to open up the chest. Bend the knees and plant the feet wide to the edges of the mat. Inhale, and exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale, lift them back up. Exhale, drop them to the left. Inhale to center, and exhale to right. So continue this windshield wiper motion with your breath. We are warming up our hips, and our hips are the largest muscle group in the body, so they are very stable but can also be very tight. So just noticing your range of motion here. Let's do one more cycle. And then we'll pause, knees towards the sky, slide the feet shoulder width apart. So I'll turn sideways so you can see me. Plant the feet, hands at the side, point towards the toes. Inhale to lift your hips up, reverse tabletop, chin to chest, and exhale, lower the hips back down, keep the chin tucked. 2 more times. Inhale, reverse tabletop, lift up, waking up the back side of the body, and exhale to lower. Good. 1 more time. Press down through the hands and feet, evenly lift up. Pause here. Maybe drop the head back if there's support in the neck, opening up the shoulders and the chest. 1 more inhale. And exhale, we lower back down. Drop the hips, cross the legs, and roll over onto your hands and knees for tabletop. So finding a position on all fours, hands are shoulder width apart, shoulders over the hips, knees are hip width apart, hips over the knees. Let's externally rotate our hands so that the fingertips point towards our knees and just start to rock back and forth. So we're warming up our wrists, and if you'd like to go deeper, you can bend the elbows, lift the base of the palms off the mat, and that'll be a deeper stretch through your wrist extensors. So pausing here and just breathing. Now, today we will explore a flow-inspired style of yoga. As I mentioned, it's called vinyasa, and this is where we link our breath with movement in a flowing manner. So tuck the toes underneath you, take an inhale, and exhale, slowly release, come and sit, hips on heels, heels on toes, shake out your hands. We're now in a toe smasher stretch, so you will feel this through your toes, the arches of the feet. Let's extend our hands out forward, flip the fingers down, and come to rest on the back of our hands. So keep the shoulders over the wrists. This is a little bit more sensitive than the last stretch. And if you'd like to go deeper, you can start to squeeze your hands into tiny little fists. And just breathe here. So vinyasas do require more weight-bearing exercises on our hands, such as high plank to low plank push-ups. So it's very important for us to warm up our wrist joints, which is what we're doing here. Take another inhale, tuck the toes, and exhale, slowly release, come and sit, hips on heels, heels on toes, shake out your hands once more. Now bring your hands into 2 little fists, circle them one way, circle them the other. And then we'll flick our fingers like you're flicking paint onto a wall for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause here, spread the fingers wide. These are called active hands. And bring your active hands back to the floor for a tabletop. So finding a strong tabletop position, pressing down through your hands, tuck the toes underneath you, inhale, and exhale, lift the knees 1 inch off the mat. So we're activating our core, connecting to the power center of our body. The knees are lifted just a tiny bit, and a vinyasa does require a really strong core connection. So stay here for another inhale. And exhale, lower the knees, but keep the core engaged. So extend the right leg back now, press the right heel back, finding a stretch through the calf and the back of the leg. And then shift your weight forward, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale to press down through the hands, and exhale, float the right leg off the mat. So flex the foot to protect the knee, and the leg is an extension of the spine, finding your balance in 3-legged table. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, round the spine, bring your knee to nose. Inhale to extend back, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knee, knee to forehead. 1 more time, inhale, we lengthen and expand. And exhale, knee to nose, but pause here. Full exhale out, press down through the hands, pull the shoulder blades apart. 1 more inhale, extend back. Keep the legs straight. On the exhale, drop the toes towards the mat. Now let's kickstand our left foot off the edge of the mat, ground down through the right foot, reach the right arm overhead. So finding this modified side plank shape, let's start to circle our arm forward. And you can drop the gaze towards the bottom hand just to release any strain in the neck. Now let's circle our arm backward. And just like our hip joint, our shoulder joint is a ball and socket. So there is a lot of mobility here. And let's pause, reach the top arm up towards the sky. Inhale to press down through the left hand, and exhale, float the right leg off the mat. So the foot stays flexed and the leg is parallel to the floor. We're finding a kneeling half moon shape. Keep the core energized and then expand in all 4 directions. Maybe take the gaze up towards the top hand, take a breath in, and exhale, we release, come back onto tabletop. Nice balance. Coming onto all 4s, we'll do the same on the other side. Extend the left leg back, press back through the heel. finding a stretch through the backside of the leg. And then we'll shift our weight forward, centering ourselves shoulders over the wrists. Inhale to press down through the hands, and exhale, float the leg off the mat. Foot is flexed, core is engaged, and we're long through the sides of the body. Inhale to lengthen, press the foot back. Exhale, bend the knee, knee to nose around the spine. Inhale to extend back. Exhale, around the spine, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, once more, lengthen. And exhale, draw all your energy in and pause here. Pull the shoulder blades apart, hollow the front side of the body. On the next inhale, you can expand and lengthen, keep the legs straight, and exhale, lower the toes towards the mat. Now let's kickstand the right toes off the mat, ground down through the left foot, reach the left arm up towards the sky. We'll circle the arm forward, starting to warm up our shoulder joint, lubricating this area, and then we'll circle it the other way. So promoting blood circulation and flow into this area. One more circle, and then pause, reach the arm up towards the sky. Inhale to press down through the bottom hand, and exhale to float the left leg off the mat. So the leg is parallel, the foot stays flexed, you're pressing back. The core is strong and you're reaching in all four directions. Focusing the eyes to find your balance, maybe taking it up towards the top hand. One more inhale. And exhale to release with control. Come back onto all fours. From here, let's just start to rock forward and back. So without overthinking it, inhales pull you forward, exhales pull you back. You can close the eyes and just move in a way that feels good for you. Maybe you can take it deeper. On the inhale, your hips sink forward. On the exhale, you'll come into like a child's pose. So warming up all our joints and preparing us for some future flows. So let's do one more cycle. And then we'll pause at the top. So pausing at the inhale, shoulders over the wrists. On the exhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees up for a high plank pose. So shoulders stay over the wrist, heels over the toes, and feel that long line of energy from the heels all the way up to the top of the head. Let's pause here, core is engaged, legs are energized, inhale. Exhale to drop the knees but keep the core engaged. So we're finding a supported high plank, and then we'll do our first modified push-up or chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, start to bend the elbows, lower the chest towards the floor, come to lie on your mat. Release the toes, slide the arms forward, finding a gentle back bend. So we're in our Sphinx shape. Our hands and elbows are shoulder width apart, shoulders stacked over the elbows. Now, if you'd like to lessen the intensity, slide the hands forward. Otherwise, stay here, press down through the tops of the feet, the front of the hips, and the forearms. Roll the shoulders back and take a moment just to close the eyes and connect to this moment. I wish I had treasured the doing a little bit more and the getting it done a little bit less. Notice here, are you a doer or are you a getting it doner? And what can you do to enjoy the act of doing in this moment? So just notice the body and any sensations. Notice the mind and any thoughts. And as always, notice the breath. If you'd like to go deeper, on the next inhale, press down through the hands, lift the elbows, straighten the arms, finding a deeper back bend for full seal pose. Relax the shoulders, roll them down and back. Take another inhale. On the exhale, lower the chest back to the floor, spiral the arms out, plant the palms one on top of each other, and bring your forehead to rest onto the back of the hands like a pillow. Shake out the hips and take a moment to rest. We'll do one more back bend to warm up. When you're ready, inhale to lift the forehead up, bring the hands back beside the chest, roll the elbows back, finding these grasshopper arms, and inhale for a baby back bend or baby cobra. On the exhale, we lower down 2 more times. Inhale, we lift up just a little back bend, press through the tops of the feet. exhale to lower. Once more, inhale, little back bend. Maybe you can float the hands 1 inch off the mat to deepen. So we're strengthening our lower back. Pause here, inhale, and exhale to lower down. Inhale, press up to tabletop. Exhale, spread the knees wide, toes to touch. Sink the hips back for child's pose. So our arms reach forward and our hips sink back. If your hips are a little bit more lifted, that's okay as well. And then bring the forehead towards the mat, close the eyes, and reconnect to the breath. So child's pose is a resting shape, and at any time throughout this practice, if the body or mind would prefer a rest, I encourage you to come here. Now we'll stay low in our child's pose and find a side body stretch. So gaze towards the hands, press down through the fingers, tenting the hands, lift the elbows, straighten the arms, inhale, and exhale, spider crawl your hands to the right, so off the right side of the mat, reaching up and over to the top right corner of the room. Stay grounded in your left hip, and maybe crawl the left hand 1 more inch over. Drop the gaze, ears between the biceps, reconnect to the breath, and breathe into the side body stretch on the left. So feel the spaciousness in the intercostal muscles. Feel a sense of freedom and lightness. On the next inhale, walk your hands back to center, and exhale, take it all the way over towards the left. So finding that length from the right hip all the way up to the right hand, maybe crawling the hands 1 more inch over, and then dropping the gaze and breathing into the rib cage. So our rib cage is a container for our lungs, and here we're just creating more space in it for our lungs to move. On the next inhale, walk the hands back to center. Pause for the exhale, keep the elbows lifted, sink the hips down, finding a stretch through the shoulders. Inhale to pull yourself back up to tabletop, and exhale, slide your knees back in, shoulder width apart. We'll find a deeper stretch in our shoulders. Inhale to walk your hands forward to the top corners of the mat, and exhale, bring the forearms to rest. Our hips stay stacked above the knees. So this is puppy pose. If you'd like to make it more active, you can press down through the fingertips, tenting the hands and lifting the elbows and the forearms. And whatever variation you have in your arms, you can bring your forehead to the mat, your chin, or even your chest. Continue to melt the heart down, finding a deeper opening in our shoulders to prepare us for downward facing dog, and then just settle into the shape. So let the breath be the soundtrack of this moment. Let it silence all other thoughts. On your next breath, slide the hands back beside the ears, press yourself up tabletop, and exhale. Just notice how the body feels after a warm-up. So now we'll start to find a bigger flow from our tabletop to our downward dog. So tuck the toes underneath you, press down through the hands, inhale. Exhale, lift the knees, send the hips up and back. But we won't stay here. Inhale, roll back forward to tabletop. And exhale, lift the knees, send the hips up and back, downward dog. So continue this flow from tabletop to downward dog, linking your breath with movement. Just noticing how it feels to move your breath and body together as one. Maybe on your tabletop, the knees can hover to make it more active. And now we'll do 1 more flow. And on the next exhale, pause in your downward dog. So adjust the feet as you need, shoulder width apart. Bend the knees a little or a lot, and that will help to release any strain in the hamstrings. Now press down through the hands, lengthen through the sides of the body and the spine, and lift the hips up and back. You can gaze towards the toes and just breathe into the back of the heart for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, roll forward, tabletop. Drop the knees, bring the toes to touch, and exhale, sink the hips back for child's pose. Take a moment to find stillness. So flow can be felt in motion as well as stillness. So can you just follow the flow of any sensations? Follow the flow of the breath. Our sensations and our breath are always present to bring us back to the moment. On the next inhale, press back up to tabletop. Exhale, bring the knees together, extend the legs back, high plank pose. So right away coming to a strong high plank, and now we'll do a flow from our high plank to our downward dog. So it'll require a bit more activation in our core and strength in our arms. Press down through the hands, inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, we roll back forward, high plank. And exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. So continue linking breath with movement, riding the wave of your breath. Imagine your spine just ripples forward like a wave and then ripple back. Nice job. Let's do one more. And on the exhale, we'll pause. Coming all to our upside down V shape, a downward facing dog. Gazing towards the toes and coming back to our physical foundation. So press down through the hands, root down through the knuckles. Energized arms, lifting up through the back of the shoulders, the back of the heart, all the way to our hips, the peak of the pose. And then we sink our heels down. And maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Maybe the knees are bent, maybe they're straight. Stay here for a grounding breath. Press down through the hands. On the inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale to drop the knees, bend the elbows, and lower all the way down towards the floor. Release the toes, inhale for a baby back bend, or maybe a deeper back bend by straightening the arms. And on the exhale, come back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Take a breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, roll back forward to tabletop, and release. Come back to child's pose, sink the hips back, dropping the forehead towards the mat. So that was our first vinyasa flow. It is a high plank to a low plank, coming into a back bend, and then a downward facing dog. So we will explore two more, but if you're more comfortable here, you can rest in child's pose or stay in downward dog. If you'd like to find your flow and build a bit more strength, inhale to press back up to tabletop, and exhale, extend back, high plank. Inhale, press down through the hands, strong arms. On the exhale, drop the knees, bend the elbows, lower all the way to the floor. Press down through the tops of the feet, inhale, coming up towards your back bend, whatever shape feels good. And exhale, tabletop, downward dog, take it back, coming into your upside down V shape. Taking one grounding breath, we'll all reconnect. And now we'll do it one more time. Option to keep the knees lifted to make it more active. So inhale, roll forward, high plank. On the exhale, you can drop the knees or keep them lifted. Let's lower down. Inhale, release the toes, lift up for a back bend. If you keep your knees lifted, that's an upward dog. And on the exhale, downward facing dog. You can roll over the toes, gaze towards the feet, take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Press down through the hands, inhale onto your tippy toes, and exhale, tippy toe your feet to the top of the mat. Take a moment to rest in your forward fold inversion. So bend the knees a lot to come into a more happy squat position, and then drop the head and grab onto opposite elbows. Just allow yourself to hang here in space. And our flow state is all about being present. So enjoying the journey and not just the destination. And yoga is the same. So yoga is not about touching your toes, but rather what you can learn on the way down. So take a moment here just to notice where you're at. Notice what you can learn here. Take another breath into the back side of the body. And on the exhale, bring your hands back towards the floor. Let's straighten our legs. Inhale for a halfway lift, so fingertips to floor or palms to shins, nice flat back. And exhale, fold back towards the floor. Two more times. Inhale, a halfway lift. Lift from the belly, not from the neck, so chin to chest, gaze to the toes. And exhale to fold. Once more. Inhale, halfway lift. Roll the shoulders back, pause here. Maybe shift your weight forward, hips over heels. And exhale to lower. Press down through the feet, straighten the arms, slowly rise up, reaching the arms overhead for an extended mountain, and then bring the hands to heart. Let them rest at the side. You can keep the eyes closed and just notice how it feels to stand in space. Now, wherever you're at, just start to sway from side to side. So letting the arms dangle at the side, imagine they are noodles or spaghetti, and maybe increasing momentum, turning your gaze towards the back of the mat. This exercise is called wash away. You can imagine you're in a really big washing machine, and it's a really great way to let go of anything you're still holding on to. So what would you like to let go of here? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowing down your momentum, coming back to center, finding stillness. Let's find a more active and strong mountain pose. So now that we're a little bit looser, we've shaken it off. Bring awareness back to your feet, shoulder width apart. Ground down through the four corners of the feet, energize the legs, lift the kneecaps up, and lengthen the tailbone down. That naturally starts to engage the core. We'll roll the shoulders back, chin to chest, and reach up through the top of the head. Let's maintain this active shape as we start to find a sun salutation. So a sun salutation is a sequence of 12 flowing postures designed to build heat and warm up the body. So step to the top of the mat if you're not already there. Finding that strong mountain pose and activated shape, press down through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. You can swan dive or hands through heart. Hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift for your flat back. And exhale, step back, high plank. Inhale, strong arms. Exhale, drop to the knees, lower down, bend the elbows. Release the toes, inhale for your back bend, baby cobra, cobra, or up dog. And exhale, come back to downward facing dog, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, sending your hips up and back. Take a breath in and a full breath out. Inhale onto your tippy toes, exhale, bend the knees, step or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold again. Press through the feet, inhale, reach the arms up, extended mountain, and exhale, hands towards the heart. Let the arms rest at the side, reconnect to the breath. So we'll do this again. Remember, we are linking breath with movement, so always breathe first and move second. Press down through the feet, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe you can swan dive. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back, high plank. Pause here for the inhale, energized arms and legs. On the exhale, you can lower down, maybe dropping the knees. Inhale, we lift up, maybe lifting the knees. And on the exhale, downward facing dog, coming back to our home base shape. Take a breath in and a full breath out. Press down through the hands. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Press down through the feet. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, extended mountain. And exhale, hands towards the heart. Let them rest at the side. Reconnect to the breath. So we'll do one more sun salutation, and you can imagine that it's like this dance from pose to pose, a dance with your breath and your body. So really give yourself permission to find your freedom of expression. Press through the feet, inhale, reach the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold, let it go, hinge at the hips. Inhale, we lift up halfway, long spine. Exhale, step back, high plank. Stay active and energized in the core. Take an inhale. And exhale, we lower down. Knees are lifted or lowered. Inhale, we come back up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. We'll all reconnect here, so take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. Maybe notice how you feel in this moment. So yoga can also be a workout, which is probably what you're recognizing here. So sun salutations are great to awaken and energize the body and mind. But at any time, if you'd like to skip that vinyasa flow, feel free. Now we're warmed up, let's start to add in a lunge. Press down through the hands, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands, drop the back knee. Bring the hands on top of the right knee, setting up for a low lunge. So creating these two 90-degree angles, back toes tucked or back toes pointed. Press down through the front foot, engage through the left glute, inhale to reach the arms up. So we're finding a nice stretch through our hips, the top of the left thigh. If you'd like to go deeper, slide the front foot forward a step or a foot. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, sink a bit deeper into the front knee. So the knee is stacked above the ankle to protect the joint. It doesn't go further. And then notice here if you can lengthen the tailbone, engage through the core. Take another inhale. Exhale, bring the hands towards the floor. Left hand down, inhale, reach the right arm up, finding a gentle twist. Gaze up towards the sky, breathe in. And exhale, we release. Right hand to the floor, but stay here. Tuck the toes, lift the back knee off the mat, finding this low runner's lunge. And on the exhale, step back, high plank. Pause for your inhale. And exhale, we drop the knees, bend the elbows, lower down to the floor. Inhale for your back bend. And exhale, downward dog, we take it back. Find a grounding breath in and a grounding breath out. On the other side, inhale, we press down through the hands. Exhale, step the left foot forward between the hands, drop the back knee. Moving slowly and take your time, bring your hands on top of the left knee. Pull the left hip back, engage the right glute, and reach the arms up. Settling into this shape, imagine pulling the top of the right thigh up towards the hips. And then if you'd like to go deeper, slide the front foot forward. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, sink a bit deeper. So noticing if you're dumping into your lower back, keeping that tailbone nice and long through the sides of the body, all the way up to your fingertips. Take another inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Pause here, right hand down. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Gaze up towards the top hand, rolling the shoulder back. Find another breath. Exhale, we release. Left hand to the floor, frame the foot. Tuck the back toes if they're not already there. Lift the knee up, pause for the inhale. And exhale, step back, high plank. We'll do one more flow here. Option to drop the knees. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale, lift up for your back bend. And exhale, child's pose. So take the knees wide, sink the hips back, and bring your forehead to rest. Reconnecting to your breath here. So just notice what is calling for your attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. Can you breathe? So breathe, let go. Remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure. On the next inhale, pull yourself back up, tabletop. Extend the legs back, high plank. Pause for the inhale, press down through the hands. And exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Coming to your upside down V shape, even weight in the hands. Inhale to lift the heels, come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, and without thinking, jump to the top of the mat. So coming to your forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Press down through the feet. Inhale, we rise all the way up towards the sky. Coming to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms at the side. Now we'll set up for our hip opening poses. So step the right leg back to the back of the mat, and turn to face the right side of the mat. Our feet are parallel together. Extend the arms out and slide the feet further apart so that the wrists are stacked above the ankles. Hands on the hips, turn towards the left leg and pivot the toes so that the toes point forward. Adjust the foot so that the heel is in line with the back arch. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, you can sink into the front knee. So coming to a warrior two lunge, find that 90-degree angle in the front knee, grounded in the front foot and the outer edge of the back foot. Now extend the arms forward and back, gaze over the front hand, and settle into a powerful warrior two shape. And here can you find your flow. So follow the flow of any sensations, a strengthening and opening of the lower body, an energizing of the arms and the spine, and then follow the flow of the breath, smooth and steady, relaxed and rhythmic. Staying here in our strong lower body shape, flip the front hand towards the sky, inhale, and exhale, reverse the warrior, take it back. So finding a side body stretch on the left, stay low in the front knee, the back hand can rest on the back leg. Take another inhale to lengthen, and exhale, pull yourself back up, warrior two, straighten the left leg, turn the toes in, and bring your hands on the hips. Awesome job, we'll do the same on the other side. So gaze towards the right leg, turn the right toes towards the back of the mat, inhale, and exhale, bend into that right knee. So noticing here if you need to adjust the foot forward or more to the center of the mat, take your time. And then you can extend the arms, reaching forward and back. And then can you bring yourself into this moment? So witness the body, notice any sensations, witness the breath, notice how it feels in this shape. Then allow that to bring you to the here and the now. We'll flip our front hand towards the sky, inhale, and exhale, reverse the warrior, take it back. Pausing here, nice and strong in your lower body, keep that right leg bent. Take another inhale, reach back, and exhale, pull yourself back up, warrior two. Straighten the right leg, turn the toes in, hands on the hips, and heel toe your feet together. Taking a moment in your mountain pose, arms at the side, full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. Step to the top of your mat, find your mountain pose. We will do one more sun salutation to find your flow. Press down through the feet, inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, find that flat back. Exhale, high plank, plant the hands, step back. Feel free to try to keep the knees lifted, shift your weight forward, inhale, and exhale, we lower down, nice and strong in the arms. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, downward facing dog, take it back. One final downward dog of the practice. Finding any movement or stillness that would feel good in the body, and reconnect to the buoyancy of the breath. Our human body is 60% water, so we were designed to flow, be flexible and fluid in nature. So just notice how the body and the mind feel after moving and flowing today. On the next inhale, roll back forward to tabletop, drop the knees, cross the legs, and come and sit onto your bum. Extend the legs out in front of you. So adjust yourself so that you're sitting at the center of your mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to open up wide into a diamond shape, finding our butterfly pose. So hands onto the feet, press down through the hips. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, slowly start to hinge at the hips, drawing the upper body forward. If you'd like to go deeper, you can walk the hands towards the top of the mat, bringing the forearms to rest, rounding the back, closing the eyes, and dropping the gaze. Now maybe your head will touch your toes, or maybe your head will never touch your toes. But remember, yoga is not about touching your toes. So what can you learn here in this shape? And forward folds are a really great chance to turn inwards. So just notice what you notice. You're not thinking ahead, not thinking behind. Just thinking what is in front of you each moment and each breath. On the next inhale, slowly roll yourself back up, vertebra by vertebra. You can allow the head to come up last. Bring the hands to the outer edges of the knees, draw them close to touch. Plant the feet, keep the knees bent, and slowly lie onto your back. Adjust the feet so you can tickle the back of the heels with the fingers. We'll set up for one final back bend. Press down through the feet and the arms. Inhale, lift the hips up. Find your bridge pose and pause here. So ground is through the shoulders and the back of the head. Take another breath, breathing into the lower belly, the lower spine. On the exhale, slowly drop the hips towards the floor and windshield wiper the knees from side to side, releasing our back. When you're ready, you can find stillness. Bend the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around. Give yourself a big squeeze. Forehead towards the knees, curling yourself into a tiny little ball. Take an inhale. On the exhale, extend the arms, extend the legs. Final resting pose, Shavasana. So take up as much space on and off the mat as you like. And what can you do to find 1% more comfort? So relax the shoulders, relax the face, close the eyes or soften the gaze. Can you surrender in this shape? Surrender is a state of living in the flow, trusting what is, and being open to what may come. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly, open the mouth, and let it go. Give yourself permission to surrender to this moment. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever stays, let it stay. And whatever goes, let it go. The happiest people spend much time in a state of flow. The state in which people are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. The experience itself is so enjoyable that people will do it even at a great cost for the sheer sake of doing it. Bring awareness back to this moment. Notice the body and any sensations. Notice the mind and any thoughts. Now bring awareness back to the natural breath. Starting to breathe deeper. Let it awaken the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Gently rock the head from side to side. When you're ready to make your way back to seated, you can bend the knees and plant the feet. Keep the eyes closed and roll over onto one side of the body, whatever feels good. And press yourself up to seated. We'll all meet on the top of our mat, just as we started our practice. We'll reconnect with one final breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose to fill up. Open the mouth and let it go. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your mat today and finding your flow. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining me, and I hope you can continue to find your flow both on and off your mat. Namaste.